Hey all you people on the internet, I'm Vinny and this is MakiChat 10. I've posted 2 videos since the last MakiChat, one project video and the shop tour. The one project video I made this router base for my Dremel tool, and that has gotten a lot of great responses. A lot of people said they were gonna make one for themselves. They really liked my design. That's totally awesome. At the end of that video, I mentioned that you could add a piece of wood to the back with a hole for, a shop vac or whatever. And I've gone ahead and did that to the one I made myself, and it works quite well. So I'd made plans for the real simple design like I show in the video. And then I went ahead and made a second set of plans that shows this back piece with the dimensions and everything. Those plans also include another view and also include little 3D models that kind of show how the pieces go together a little better. So links to both those plans are in the description of that video, and I'll also put them down below here too, just in case anyone wants them. The other video is the shop tour, which I've been talking about for several months, I think. A lot of people commented that they were surprised at how little space I have and how much stuff I can actually get done in such a small space. But, the space I have now is quite a luxury. Back in grad school, I was literally doing projects in my kitchen on a little IKEA kitchen table. So I have a lot more space now, but it's not a lot of space. I'm going to start that video with something like, I think this is the smallest workshop on YouTube. If anyone has a smaller space who regularly uploads YouTube videos, I'd love to see it. But then I got an email a few months ago from a young guy who has a YouTube channel called Mr. Make Today. I think he's probably in middle school. I hope I didn't offend him. He just started his YouTube channel, has a few videos, but what impressed me the most is he turned his bedroom closet into a little workshop, little workspace, which I think is really cool. I wish I would have thought of that when I was a kid. Kind of jealous. He reminds me a little bit of a young Eric Lindbergh, who also, Eric's been making videos for years. I think he's in high school now. He works out of his parents' garage, I think. He makes some pretty cool stuff. You should check him out as well. So like a day after that shop tour video, my wife surprised me with a gift. She bought me this Japanese pole saw, and it's really quite nice. I wish I had it so I could put it in the shop tour video, but I've used it a couple times. Real thin curve, it cuts very straight, very fast. I really like this thing. I'll be using this a lot in the future. Another addendum to the shop tour, I just got a couple new tools, new to me. I'd met a guy named Derek at the little informal get-together that the Making It podcast guys had here in Chicago a few weeks ago. Derek was familiar with my videos, and he had some tools that he didn't use anymore, and so he offered to give them to me. A trim router, oh here it is, a trim router, and a biscuit joiner, which I thought I could use. So went over to his place yesterday as of the filming of this. He doesn't live too far from me. And he showed me his shop and some of the projects he's done, and that was really cool. And he gave me the tools, and he had them in a box, and I just took the box, and I didn't really look in the box too closely until I got home. And the box is filled with stuff. I don't know if you can even see, but there's all sorts of stuff in here. Bunch of biscuits, dowels, a dowel jig, depth gauge thing, these spray bottles for paint and finish and stuff, and it was amazing. A lot of great stuff. I really appreciate it, so thank you very much, Derek Cadmus. I'm going to put this stuff to good use. I'm most excited about the trim router because the thing I'd been using as a router, that Craftsman all-in-one thing, it's basically a rotozip that with a router base, and it works as a router, but I think this is going to be a lot better, a lot easier to use, and better speed adjustment and all that. So actually I have 2 projects that I'm working on that both require router work, and this thing has already proved to be very useful. So thank you, Derek. So the 2 projects I'm working on currently, one is a gift for my wife I don't want to give that away too much. So far, I've designed it and I've got the wood. I haven't started making it yet. I'm not sure if the design as I have it now is going to work out just right, but I bought extra wood so I can screw up a couple times and still be okay. And then the other project is actually the mess you see behind me. You probably can't see it too well, and that's kind of the point because I kind of want it to be a little bit of a secret. It's a little project I thought of to commemorate getting 10,000 subscribers, which I'm not there yet. I'm getting close to 10,000 subscribers. But if and when I get to that point, I'm going to post this project video. I think it's pretty cool. It's coming along. I think it's going to be nice. So tell your friends and neighbors to subscribe and we'll get to 10,000 a little faster. I've also been working on, remember those state-shaped tasting plates with the little glasses I made for my dad a couple months ago in Indiana and Ohio? I've been making some more of these to sell on the Etsy shop, and I'm making just display models, and I'll have those kind of made to order. Yeah, Indiana and Ohio, and I've added Pennsylvania, and these three states are all to perfect scale to one another. And then I did Illinois, because I live in Illinois. Turns out Illinois is a bigger state than I imagined. I grew up in Indiana, and I always kind of thought Indiana and Illinois were about the same size, but Illinois is a pretty big state, and I couldn't fit the entire state of Illinois on one sheet of paper and still make it to scale with those other states, so it's actually a little smaller. And then I also have California, and I've got New York, but I don't know if this design is going to work. The glasses might be too close to one another. I have to try it out. So the glasses I got for my dad, I got from Crate & Barrel, and they were very reasonably priced, but I went back and now they don't have them anymore. I don't know if it's a temporary thing or a permanent thing or what. So I've ordered some online. You can still get them online. They are Libby 260. That's the model number, I guess. I should have these guys up on the Etsy shop for sale in a week or two. And I'm sure people will ask. I'll release the templates, the designs for these once I've finalized them and I know that they work. So that's what's happening in the MakiFi workshop these days. Another big thank you to Derek. Thank you so much for all the tools. I really appreciate it. I hope you all liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. So that's what's going on in the MakiFi workspace there. So that's what's going on in the MakiFi So that's what's happening in the I feel like I'm forgetting something. I hope you all liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And I hope you all liked the video. If you did, give it a I hope you all liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. So close. So very, very close.